Welcome to Learn New Technology. So today our agenda will be design a framework with page object model and read customized row with Excel sheet, log file generation, allure report generation, and a screenshot capture and embedding captured screenshots on the report. Read test data from Json file. So let's start our coding now. So now we are going to create one folder. Let's name it as Protractor demo. So in this folder only we are going to place all our projects, files and supporting files. So let's select the path, then let's type it as cmd. Then here we need to type code space dot. Then let's hit enter key. Then you will get the Visual Studio Code editor. Automatically it will be opened. Here we need to create mainly two files. One is configuration file, another one is spec file. So let's create the configuration file as conf.ts. This is a TypeScript file. That is with the extension is .ts. So let's create the folder as page objects. So inside this folder we will keep spec file. So let's click the new file. So spec.ts. So let's rename it as test.ts. So in this file only we'll be having the test, all our tests using Jasmine framework. So next we need to add package.json file. For that what you have to do is you need to select a terminal, then you need to get into the terminal part. Here you need to enter npm init so that you will get the package.json file. So in this file you need to add all the dependencies. If you know Selenium, you might have heard about it. You know Maven dependency. What are the Maven dependencies used to add? Likewise, we are going to add all the dependencies in this JSON file. So in my notes, I have all the dependencies. So these dependencies I'm going to add. So it will automatically download and will keep the all the dependencies, classes, packages in the node models folder in our local drive. So we have added all the dependencies. So the first one dependencies inside I have added Angular, JXL, Jasmine, Allure Reporter. Then so pre-install it will be clean the cache for that I have added. Then pre-test it will run the command. Test to what we need to run that same I have given. Then post test we need to generate the report. That's why I have given this line. Then dependencies. So here Jasmine we are using as a framework, then Protractor, TypeScript, log4j for log generating, then Jasmine allure report after test script run, then screenshot Protractor, this for XLS, before that Winston that is for logs generating, then here Jasmine node Winston this is for logs Protractor. Then next so what we need to do is let's get into a terminal, then let's type npm install so that all the dependencies will be automatically downloaded and installed in our system, as well as will be placed in the packages in the node models folder. So now we got the error. Let's correct it. So here we got the error. Let's correct it. So we need to remove this line, I guess. Let's remove it. Let's save it and try to run it. So it's now started installing all the packages. Let's wait for until the package download completes. Next we need to add one more file that is called tsconfig file. That file contain all the compiler details. So let's wait for that. So in the configuration file, we will add all the configuration, like so where we kept our spec file, then what are the browsers we are going to use, then what type of report we are going to generate. So those details will be placed in configuration file. Based upon that, test script will be running. So here you need to hit enter, then so package.json file updated. Next to what we need to do is, let's create the tsconfig file. For that you need to type tsc space hyphen hyphen init. So you will get the tsconfig file, your .json file. Below you could see that. So this is auto generated file. So here I have in my notes, I have the required lines. I have it. I will place it there. So here I will tell you the ECMAScript 5 we are using for compilation. Then so here configuration file, let's add the configuration for our script. Import, then open close braces. So inside let's add config comma browser. These are the packages from Protractor that we are going to add. So importing these packages from Protractor. Then second line, so this is for report generation part. Declare constant allure colon any. The next export let config. This is a configuration file, syntax config colon config equal to open close braces. Let's hit enter key. So inside we are going to type our code. So the framework what we are going to use it, Jasmine. So that we are going to add here. Yes, Jasmine. Next, Jasmine node options. So yes, so let's select that one. Then colon open close curly braces. Then inside we will add few statements. Show colors true. Then next silent true. Then next default timeout interval. So this is for if our script is trying to search the element, if it is not there, it will wait until 3,60,000 milliseconds. It will wait. If it's not found until that time, then it will show the error that the element is not found. For that we are giving this milliseconds here. So capabilities. So here we will give the browsers. So browser details, which browser we are going to use in our test script. So browser name, here we can give Chrome, as we are going to use Chrome browser. So as per your requirement, if you want to test it in Internet Explorer, then you need to give Internet Explorer. Then if you are going to test it with Opera browser, then you need to give Opera browser. Likewise, you need to customize it. Then Chrome options. So here we require few statements, args, arguments, colon. So inside square bracket, you need to give few values. Disable. So when the browser launch, what are the things we need to do that? Disable info bar. After that, disable remote fonts. Next, within single quote, start maximize, so that the browser will be automatically maximize it for our test. The next, so what we need to add is disable web security. The next, so let's remove the unnecessary space from here. Okay, let's add one more comma. I think 2 to 3 lines we need to add. Marinate true. The next, accept SSL certificate in security certificates. Search true. Then next, so we don't get suggestion from this for this lines. Accept SSL certificate true. Then trust all SSL certificate. True. Then log level verbose that we need to include. So this for a log purpose. So we'll generate the log. So we have closed that one. Close that capabilities block. Then next we have created suits block. So inside we will keep the our spec file path. So as we have created, the spec file is test.ts file. So we have given the path. So inside page objects folder, so our test.js. So once our when we run the script, it will automatically TypeScript file will be converted into JavaScript file. So there is one folder will be created output.js folder. Inside we'll place the corresponding folder as well as files with JavaScript format. So direct connect true, so the browser will be directly interacted instead of contact through Selenium server. On prepare So here we will add a reporting part, then screenshot stuffs, then global Protractor variables. Those things we will add in this block. So variable OS equal to, so we don't get any suggestion. Let's try to get it. Variable OS equal to require, then inside open close parenthesis, within single quote type OS. Then let's create let global equal to require protractor within single quote. So that we have added. So these are the variables. The next let browser equal to, so the variable which we have created, line number 30 dot browsers colon. Then next what we need to do is, in line number 32 what we are going to add is, so browser dot wait for, so this for the, if we are going to test Angular site or non-Angular sites, that we are going to refer here. Browser dot wait for Angular enabled open close parenthesis false. The portal which we are going to use is not Angular site. That is why we have given false. If you are going to use the Angular sites, here you need to give true. Then browser dot manage dot window dot maximize it, that we are going to use it for maximize the browser. Browser dot manage dot window manages method dot window is also one of the method in the browser class. Then dot maximize also one of the method. So these methods are inside the browser class, so it's already written, so just we are calling them. So this is for reporting stuff, allure reporter variable. So the line number 34, for mainly for report generation, require Jasmine allure reporter. So we got the suggestion, let's select it. Next what we need to do is, so let's finish it with colon. So colon, either you can add or not required, it's not mandatory. So inside this block we can add report related stuffs. So this here starting line number 34, ending at line number 41. So next, Jasmine dot get environment method dot add reporter. So one of the method within open close parenthesis we have added new allure reporter as a parameter. So inside we have created one block. So here we will add piece of code, results directory allure results. So one folder will be created as allure results. When we run our test script, allure results one folder will be created. So where it will automatically place all XML files and screenshots there. For that we have added this line number 34 to 37. So the report will be generated from the XML file. So for that we require XML file. So that XML file will be placed in allure results folder. For that we have added the line number 34 to 37. Then line number 39 we need to add for Jasmine dot get environment dot after each let's type function open close. So when the flow is completed, then so each steps. So here browser dot take screenshot. So we require to take screenshot for each test cases, for each functionalities. Further we are going to add the line number 39 to 44. So browser it's one of the class, dot take screenshot is one of the method, dot then function. So in between the file format will be png. Then we need to place the screenshot with report. So return new buffer png. So what are the screenshots it's generating, it will be accumulated base 64. So in the buffer it will be automatically accumulate. So finally it will be embedded in the allure report so that it will be look nice, as well as corresponding test case and functionalities. We can see the screenshot. When we select the test case name, we will get the screenshot. Done. Open close parenthesis colon. Then next, so still it shows some error. Let's correct it. Still it shows some error. Let's correct it. So what I have installed, or do I need to add anything there? So let's continue our adding code summary. So let's resolve it when we complete this class. Summary report display duration colon false. Then next, so we have completed this block. Then no global colon true. So let's remove these things. So let's complete. Still we are getting some error. So if we remove it here, partially corrected. Then next what we need to do is, so here it's starting, ending, starting, ending. Then starting, ending, started, ended. So here one more unnecessary, or do we need to add one more? So it's completed there. So still it's not completed. Let's find it out. One more thing we need to remove, I guess. Summary global. This block completed. The next here, yeah, it's corrected now. Let's save it now. Let's remove the unnecessary space so that it will look nice. So these are the things we required. Suits, then the non-prepare function. We have a code for reports generation. Then summary. We have added everything. Okay, looks nice. So now our configuration file is ready. Let's get into test, that is spec file. So here we need to write our test using Jasmine framework. Let's prepare it now. So we are importing packages from Protractor class. For that, as we have already discussed, browser, then from Protractor class. So browser we require, the launch the browser, then navigate across the web element within the page. So let's this is a describe. This is we will give the suit name. So one suit contain multiple test case. So this is our starting entry point of the suit. So this suit contain multiple test case. Let's write it now. So here suit name we can give like regression, November month test, December month test. Likewise we can add it here. So in between suit block, inside the suit block we can add multiple test cases as per our requirement. Then after that we can create one more suit. Likewise we can create make the increment of suits as well as test cases. So here we are going to verify the login. So line number 4. So here let's add one more time. Browser dot get. So the URL that we need to test. So here we can give it angular js.org. So let's check it for our configuration file is working correctly or not. For that we are going to test it now. So in command prompt you need to type npm test. So then it will automatically launch the browser, then the URL that we have given also loaded. So our configuration file is working properly. One spec, zero failure. So left hand side you can see output JSON folder also created as I suggested earlier. So inside we'll be having all the TypeScript file will be converted into JavaScript file. So now we are going to create a page object model. So let's go. So do we need to add anything? Let's check it out. For that we need to, let's create one more file as excel.ts. This is for reading the Excel file. So we will keep all our inputs test data in Excel sheet. So based upon our requirement we will read and use in our test script. So importing browser element classes from Protractor by also one of the class Protractor expected conditions. So these are the things we are going to import from Protractor. Further we are adding this line Protractor. So I think we need to add we need to give, I think, double quote, I guess. So why it shows the error? So let's correct it. Protractor expect condition. Maybe the double quote Protractor still it shows error. So let's change it as double quote. Still it shows error. Protractor spelling also correct. Expected condition. There is correct only. Okay, let's copy and paste it there if there is any spelling mistake. That's correct. Now it's resolved. Then second importing is import Excel class we are going to import. For that XLS from XLSX class. So here we need to add star as, so we are importing XLSX from XLS class. Export class name we will give it as Excel. So this is a class, exporting this class. So let's create read Excel one method. Read Excel. So in this method, so we'll be having a block. So here we will write switch class. We are going to use a switch pattern. So based upon our requirement, we will pass the values. So the corresponding value will be returned from this class. So here read Excel also we need to pass it so that it will get into switch block. So here we will add cases. So if it is username, if you are passing username, then the control will be get into case username block. So initially we will use username case. The next we will add password also. So here let's create a variable. Let's xlx equal to require xlsx. Then let workbook equal to, so this variable dot read Excel, read file. So first we will read the file. So we will give the path of the file here, the line number 14. So where we will keep the Excel file. So let's create one more folder as resource, then inside we will keep our Excel sheet so that it will look good. So the resource folder, right click, reveal in file explorer. So here we got into the folder. So here you need to create one Excel sheet. So I have already my Excel sheet. I will place it here. So I'm going to copy it and paste it there. Protractor. So resource folder, I'm going to keep it there. So you could see the Excel sheet now, what I have placed. So here, so based upon our yes, which row we have given yes, then corresponding row only will be readed. Other rows will not be readed. Based upon our, we are going to perform the operation. So it will be very look good and as well as very friendly. Then next, so here we are going to give the path, Excel sheet path, resource data dot xlsx. So we have given the path. Now we are going to create the variable for sheet name. So let sheet name equal to the previous variable workbook dot sheet names. Then within square bracket, the first sheet we are going to refer the first subsheet, that's why we have given as 0. The next one, let worksheet equal to, then workbook dot sheet. So you need to pass it as sheet name. The next variable a equal to xlsx dot utils dot sheet underscore to Json. Then we are going to pass it as parameter here, worksheet. The next, so one more variable numbers equal to new array. So this variable we are declaring as array. So we are going to store multiple values in this variable numbers variable. So that we have declared as array. Let k equal to number. So k is a number. So we are declaring k is number. So the value initialize is 0. So likewise we require 10 rows we require to customize it. That's why we are going to initialize first 10 variables. J equal to, then y, we need to change the value. Let's make it as p q r s t u v w x y. So likewise we can use it. So p, let's give the value as 1. Then q next. So we require 10 variables. We need to read customize 10 rows in the Excel sheet. That's why we are using these variables. Then r equal to, let's increment it 2. So the previous value is 1, so we have added as 2. Then r next yes. So let's make it as yes. Then 3. The next t. ts. Let's make it as 4. Then Let's make it as, then we'll create another variable. Next variable will be u. So we need to add it. Before that, do we need anything to add? 1, 2, 3, then 4, then 5. Now next the variable will be u. So the value will be 6. Let's make it as u. The next variable will be v. Then the value will be 7. The next the value will be 8. Then w. Let's make it as w. Then next variable will be x. Let's make it as x. Then the value will be 9. So 0 to 9, so it will be 10. 10 rows we are going to customize it. Further we have added the lines 20 to 21. Then next e dot for each open close parenthesis. Then inside the parenthesis function data dot, so here data, this is the block numbers that we have already declared as array. So number dot push data dot, so username that we can give. So the first our field will tested our field in Excel sheet will be username. So that we are giving as username here. So when we read the Excel sheet, the username field, it will read all the value which is below the username field. So in this line number 23, we'll getting like all the username below, what are the values we are having, all the values will be stored in numbers variable. If you have 10 usernames, then it will be automatically fetch all 10 usernames and store it in numbers variable. After that, we will give some conditions, based upon it will return the value. Let, we are declaring one variable, red value equal to worksheet so it refers the B2 cell value. If in B2 cell value, if we give the value as yes, then what it has to do, that we are going to code it now. Red value, the same value we are assigning variable value. If value variable equal to null, if there is no value in B2 cell, so it doesn't require to return anything. That's why we have created one block else. If it else, so if you want, we can print statement, we can use it, then print saying that there is no value. If value exists, else if it contains any value, then it has to return the value. For that, we are going to return numbers, the variable which we have declared line number 20 and 21. q minus 1. Already q is 2, 2 minus 1, 1. The first value will be returned. If b2 value, b2 cell having yes value, if it contains any value, it will return the use parallel to username value. So let's remove it. Let's simplify it by removing extra space. Let's copy, then let's alter it as b3. If it contains b3, if b3 cell contains any value, this code going to make operation. Then we are assigning, changing the variable value as value 1. Then if value 1 variable is equal to null, then no need to return anything else. It has to return q minus 1 value. Q is already 2, 2 minus 1, it will return first value. The previous one is p minus 1. There is 1 minus 1, 0. The first value will be returned. This is second value will be returned. Based upon we will copy paste, then alter it. B4, then make it as red value 2. Then value variable 2. Then here you need to say is r. So r. So already we have declared the value for r. So it will minus from the declared value. Likewise, we will copy paste. So we need to read until 10 rows. That's why we are altering these things for our requirement. B5, let's make it as B5 cell. If B5 cell value contains yes value, then what it has to do, we are going to do this. Let's make it as value 3. If value 3 is equal to null, no need to do anything else. It has to return yes minus 1. Yes value already we have returned, already initialized. Then let's make it as red value 4. Then b6. If b6 value contain the value as yes, then what it has to do, value equal value 4. Then if it is null, no need to do anything else. It has to return t minus 1. So next, let's copy and paste red value. Here let's make it as b7. Then here let's make it as 5. So assigning red value 5 to value 5 variable. Then let's change it as u. Let's copy one more time, I guess. Value 5, it should come there. It's not printing properly. Let's okay, it's we got it 5. Then let's copy one more time and paste it. Let's make it as 6. Then let's make it as b8. Then assigning red value 6 value to value 6 variable. Then value 6, if value 6 equal to null, then b minus 1. I think one more time, let's paste it. Let red value here be, make it as b9. Then change it as 7. So assigning red value 7 value to value 7 variable, so that we are checking if value 7 is null, no need to return anything else. It has return u minus 1 value. Already you have declared u, what it contains, how much the value it contains. So next, so here b10, Next, red value 8. So here x minus 1 it will be. So we have done up to 10 rows. After that, for your requirement, if you want to read more than 10, then you need to add likewise, as I have mentioned just now. Let's save it. Let's add break statement. Then remove unnecessary space. Then default statement also to be added. So whenever we use a switch case block, let's add it. For that, do we need to add anything other than this? Let's check it out. Red value 10. Next, let's add the default statement here, as we have used switch statement, switch block. Default, then inside you can give, if we give the value which is not available, if you're passing the value which is not in the case, then it has to get into this block, default block, then it will return value. Now I think almost we have done. So for this code you can read up to username field, below username field up to 10 rows. So here we need to write resource folder. Let's create one more Json file. This is also one of the external source. We can keep our test data and read it from our script. So here we can open it as notepad. So this is my previous file, so I'm copying this content and paste it here. So here you're keeping URL in URL field, then dashboard URL field, we are having dashboard URL. So now we are going to read this URL value. For that, now we are going to read the value from JSON file. So let's start it now. For that we are going to import the data JSON. This is a temporary variable from the path where we kept our JSON file. So we kept it in resource folder, inside we kept it. Let's select it. Now we can use, so let's copy this URL and paste it there. So we are passing data.json.url. So we are able to access the value from JSON file. So this file, so we have created the variable .url. We are able to get the value from JSON file. Now when let's run it. For that we need to use npm test. It's automatically fetch the value from JSON file. It's working now as we expected. Then next what we need to do is we need to continue scripting. So remaining username field value, then password field value, we will read from Excel sheet. Let's give the path of the Excel sheet, resource // so still it's not fetching the Excel sheet. The // let's remove // then resource. So I think we need to give the path of the Excel class, so that is we kept in, I guess. Now we have pointed Excel, so we have created the temporary variable, it's pointing Excel class. So Excel class, already we have added the code. So let's create a variable. Let Excel equal to new line number 3 variable Excel. So we need to make a difference. So line number 3, it shows some error. Let's correct it. In between, you need to add curly braces. Why it's still showing error? Has no exported. I think there is error. Let's correct it. So here no export, I guess. So here export class Excel. Here we need to change. Here double L is there. So here I have given 1L, I guess. Let's make it as 1L. Now the error will be rectified. So here you need to give the path correctly, else it will show the error. Let's check it out. Dot tsxl, then here you need to make a difference, so that it will be here. Then here you need to make it as E cap letter, uppercase. Now it's corrected. So next what we're going to do is we're going to read the Excel data, the username which we require to enter the value in our script for the username field. Let username is a variable. Let username value equal to username value is string. Then we have to give the value username. So it should be similar with the Excel sheet field value username. So the same value we are going to pass to Excel class through switch case. So it will get into username case. Then it will get into the case. Then it will return the value. So let's create one more class, that is login class. So here we will place all our locator from login page. So we can copy and paste this import statement from here to there. Then here let's import export class using export class login. So it will be lowercase only, login, open close curly brace. Then inside let's create some methods for each fields. Username field, username locator method name. So inside method we will create one block. So here we will create one variable and assigning locator value to this variable. So element by dot model. So this is Angular site, so let's make it as by dot model. Let's go to the portal, then right click, inspect. So by dot model is auth dot username. This is the locator value, so let's paste it here within single quote. Auth dot username, then next return this username locator. So whenever we call this line number 5, it will return the locator value. So test class, here we will access that locator as well as the value from Excel sheet, then we will send it to base page class. Base page class will we will keep all the reusable methods, send keys method, click method, wait method, every methods will keep in base page class. So instead of writing multiple times send keys, send keys, send keys, here we will place only one send keys method. Whenever we require to use send keys method, we will call this method only one time. So let's make it as base page. So here we will have all the reusable methods. Let's write send keys. Element. So here we will pass two parameters. One is element, another one is value. So the username locator we will pass, then value. What value we need to drop in username field. Same, these two values will pass it from test class to this class of method, send keys method. So it will get the locator, then it will use the send keys, then the value will be passed to the field. The next thing, so now send key method is ready now for us. So we need to import this login class so that we can utilize, so that we can access the locator from login class. Then so we are importing base class so that we can use the reusable methods. For that let's copy and paste a base page. So here base page, let's make a difference, B as uppercase. So here let's write base page from the suggestion dot send keys. The method is accessible now from base page. So we'll pass two parameters. One is username locators as well as username value, which we received from Excel sheet. So here login. Then you need to copy paste this also, creating the variable for the class login. Then let's make a difference, ls uppercase. Then now we are going to access the login class locator, username locator, login dot username locator, comma, then we need to pass the value. So what we have received from Excel sheet, that is called username value. So in this variable we will be having the value from Excel class which was returned value for the username field. So we will pass this username variable as a parameter to base page class of send keys method. So before that, let's make small understanding. Here we will make a note of it so that it will be easily understandable. So here let user name equal to, so the username value we required, so excel dot read excel. Okay, so here what we need to do is we need to pass the value as parameter. So for that, so here so comma username value will pass it. So now we have the value from Excel sheet. So when we call this case, it will return the Excel value for the username field value from the Excel sheet. So already have explained about how it will read the data from an Excel sheet. So now we are sending this locator value as well as field value which we received from Excel sheet. So let's check it out whether it's working correctly. Let's run our program now. So it's entered successfully. So let's write the code for password field also. For that, what we are going to do is just to copy this username code, then we will make few alter for password field. So it will be very simple only. Copy and paste. So here we will change as password. Next, so here we need to make it as password so that we will get the value from password rows. Password field below, what are the values we are having, it will completely reading. So based upon our condition, it will read corresponding row only. So next, let's save it. So here we need to add a few pieces of code. Let's copy and paste then. So here we are going to send the value as password. So it should be similar with the Excel field value. Then make it as password value. So here we are sending the value to Excel class switch case. So it will reach the Excel class of switch case of case password case. Then it will return the value from the password field. So now we need to copy this one, then paste below. Then we need to make few alter for password field. Login dot password locator will get it from login class. For that login dot, so we need to add login page. We need to add password locator. Let's make it as password locator. So here let's go to the portal, then select the locator as password. So let's get the locator value, then include it here, the line number 12. Then let's make it as password locator. Then it will return the password locator value. So whenever we call this method, so here login dot, then it will give the password locator. So here we need to change the send the value password. So we get the value from Excel sheet. So we are sending the password to our portal when our script runs. So here we'll get the value password. So the condition, the first row we are giving yes, so it will refer the first row only. So let's run our program now. Let's check it out whether it's working correctly or not. So the browser is launched, report is launched, and password also entered successfully. So there is no failures. So this is what in our portal we have one more field, so that we need to prepare the code further also. So let's copy it and paste it. Then here let's give the name as unique name as another username field. So the third field also one of the username field. So let's make it as another username. So it will return another username. So here you need to give the field locator value. Further you need to get the locator from here. So the locator, that so here I can get the export. So not sure it will work or not. Let's check it out. So here let's try with the XPath. Then make it as XPath. Then let's save it. Let's prepare the another line to drop the value in another username field. So login dot. So we have added one more method, another username. Then you need to send the username field value. So already we have read the value from Excel sheet. So same value we can pass it. Let's run our script now. Browser launched the, so there is no error. Let's check it out. So no element found located by .xpath. So I think we need to change the locator value. So there is a not correct value for this field. So here we have the model locator, Angular locators, Angular specific locators. So we can use it. So here we will add model locator value within single quote. Let's make it as model. Then let's save it and run. It will work. So here, so it's successfully launched browser, load the URL, then it's successfully entered. It's working correctly now, as we expected. Then we need to get the dashboard URL. So let's, so we need to, before that we need to click on login button. So we got the locator. So let's create one more method for the clicking submit button. Let's make it as submit, copy paste this variable name. Then you need to give the this value. So here you need to use a double quote. Then you need to make it as XPath by .xpath. From the suggestion you can get it. So let's save it, and so here you need to write code for click also. So base page, let's add one more method for click. So let's make it as click, then only one parameter. So the locator only we will be receiving. So we'll send locator from test class to this class, base class, element dot click. Then let's save it. Then here you need to write base page dot click method. So you need to send the locator value. so that we can get it from login class. Login dot another submit open close parenthesis, then save it. Let's save it and run. So let's check it out whether it's clicking submit button or not. Browser launched, page loaded. We got it into dashboard. So this is what we expect. So there is no error. One spec, zero failure. Successfully we got. So let's add the assert statement. Browser dot get current URL. Then expected value which we can give, that would be to contain. So let's save the value in Excel sheet so that we can get the value. So Excel sheet we have already added a dashboard URL. So no, this is from JSON file. JSON file already we have added dashboard URL. So same URL, it will match with dynamic browser.get current URL. So the dynamic value, it's matching the dynamic value with the value which we are having in JSON file. Let's run it now. So running, get into dashboard. So it will compare whether it met the expected condition. There is no failure, so it's pass. This is what I expect. Now we are going to see logs. So how we can generate a logs? So let's see now. So we require to generate logs. So so that you will come to know that where it started, the condition failed. So after that it will not be logs. So based upon the logs we can easily correct our errors. So if you're having multiple test cases, for example, 2000 test cases, if it is got, we met the error at 1500 test case. So after that, the logs will be available for up to 1500 test case. After that, there will be no logs for the remaining test cases, so that we can reach directly to 1501 test case. So where if we go through the test script, we'll come to know that there is error, so that it will be very useful for us. So here I'm adding import star as logger from Winston. This is a package that we have added. So while we create the package.json file, so here importing create logger class from format, then transport. These are the classes from we are importing from Winston. So Winston package already we have installed using package.json file. So this is a variable constant Winston equal to required. So mainly this class is supporting for us to create the logs. So we require this package. That is what we are mentioning, line number 3. Then constant combine, comma, timestamp. So what are the values we need to combine? Those values we are adding here. Label, then pretty type, print. printf. So it shows error. Let's correct it. So equal to format. Now it's corrected. Now little bit one error, that is timestamp. It's corrected. Export class custom logger. So here public static my format equal to printf info equal to open close braces. So it is a block. So inside we can add few statements. Return here dollar open close curly braces info dot time stamp, so that it will return the timestamp. The next dollar info dot level close with the curly braces, then colon, then another dollar symbol. The next open curly braces info dot message, then colon. Let's finish it. Then next so here we need to add few statements. Static logger equal to create logger, then open close parenthesis, inside add one curly brace with open. Within this block we will add level info, then format combine label parenthesis with open curly braces label colon, then within single quote write new, this one message with the exclamation, then let's make it as with comma, then timestamp open close parenthesis comma, it refers the method custom logger dot my format we are calling this, then transports colon open square bracket new transports dot file within open parenthesis within curly braces with file name colon with the logs slash combine. This is a path, so the logs folder will be created, then the file name will be combined log. So let's save it. So let's go to base page and add one method to make use of this class, log class. So we have created one class in the base page class. So inside we will add few pieces of code. Browser dot driver dot get title, so it will get the page title, then function page title with the open close curly braces, then let's create one variable. Let's string 1 colon string equal to page colon success. So this is what we are storing the value with the variable string 1. String 1 is we are declaring as string, it contains the value as page colon success. Then string 2 string 2 is declaring as string equal to, it contains page title. Then so we need to combine both variables. So string 2 variable we are having the value as page title. So the page title we are getting from line number 22. Browser dot driver dot get title dot then function page title. So it will get the page title and it will say that as page success. Further we are writing the line number 26 string 2 dot concatenate string 1. Then let string 3, what we are going to do is string let's make it as string 2 dot concatenate string 1. So that is stored in string 2 1 dot to string 1 dot to string. So we are converting the value from string 1. Then next custom logger dot logger dot log open close parenthesis inside info dot info comma string 3, then so let's correct the error. Custom logger cannot find custom logger. So we need to, I think, import class, custom logger class. So let's import that class. Import custom logger from the path of the custom logger class dot slash where we kept that class within page objects folder slash, then custom logger class will be there. So the name should be matched. Then we need to create the object let using has no expired, so I think we need to make it as export class custom logger. The name should be matched with the line number 6. Control V, save it as here also you need to make change, save it, then go there, then the error will be corrected, I guess. It's corrected now. Let's save it and run. So let's run our code now. So here before that we need to call this method base page dot logs. So once we click on submit button, so we are calling this method logs class so that the result will be reflected. So here one folder will be created with the already as I mentioned logs file. So it's launched. So anyway our page launched then. So here you can see logs, one folder created, the inside. So here combine log, click on the logs generated. This is what we can generate the log. Then next part what we are going to do is we are going to generate the report using allure report. So it will be look very nice with screenshots. So for that, in configuration file, as I have mentioned earlier, we have added the steps to generate the report from line number 29 to 31, then 33 to 37. So this for screenshot capturing, and package.json file we have added dependencies regards allure reporting, line number 32. Then so these were logs dependencies, then these were logs. Then next post test the report should be generated. This is what we are mentioning here. So this is also for report generation. So let's run our script now. So our script is running successfully. Then next here page is launched, and so we got the error. So let's correct it. No need to worry about it. Npm test. Then next, so it's launched. Clicked on login. Logged in successfully. Zero failure. So the allure report also generated. Report also generated. So post test, the report should be generated. So for that, you need to install live server. So once you add it, the results folder created and report folder also generated. So here we have mentioned allure results folder, allure results folder created, and the screenshot XML files placed there. Then allure reports also folder created. Here we will be having one HTML file. So it says that one test case it's passed. So here it says that the screenshot also available. This is what we are expecting. One test case pass. So the time matching 3:33, 3:32. This is what we can automate. Then here, so this is JSON file that we have used to read the URL as well as dashboard URL. So once we get into dashboard, we need to validate dashboard URL. So the same URL that we have given in JSON file, so it will verify. So one failure. So we have changed the URL value. That is what it says, that there is error. If we run this query allure serve allure results, so the report will show that test case failed. We can see that this test case failed because we have modified JSON file value. In JSON file we have changed the URL value. That is what at the end we have added yes. That is what it was not matching. That is what now we will remove it, these two characters. Then we will save it and run it again. Our test case should get passed. Terminal, new terminal, then npm test. Now our test case will be passing. Let's run it. So no need to worry about it. This is add-on. So our test report says that one spec, zero failure. So allure report also generally generated. So let's click on right click open with live server. So the report now it's passed 3:35 time. You could check our time also. It's passed. So our screenshot also available now. Successfully captured the screenshot so that we can use it. So here my code is available. You can get the code. This is my public repository. You can get this code. So all the code I have added here. You can get any reference from here. So configuration file, then package.json file. What are the dependencies that I have added? Then page objects folder. So what are the classes we have used for our test script running? So everything is there. You can get it from my full code. So while watching, if you missed out any the part, you can get from there. So these are the methods we are using. So everything is there. No need to worry about. So here we have the reusable methods. Then exit class. What are the methods? Switch case, parameters. What are the things I have used? Everything is there. So we can get it from here. So our focus is we need to get success to run our script. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe my channel so that I will get credit. So here logs, everything I have here added here. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.